Well, in this quick video, I would like to explain to everybody what is spiritual warfare. The idea is that we live in a world where every action that we do has a certain frequency behind it. The frequency of love or the frequency of hate, or somewhere in between. It also can be translated as the frequency of righteousness or the frequency of evil, preferred or not preferred. But when we do actions, we're not just affecting the person that we're affecting, we're also affecting ourselves, we're affecting God, who is divinity, and we're also affecting, of course, that being, and we're affecting the entire world, essentially, too. And therefore, this is why we have to keep in mind that words like holy, is it wholesome? Is it complete? Is it allowing for the best interest for all things considered? I mean, you can't tell a tiger that, hey, you shouldn't eat living animals, because if you do that, then that's bad for that particular creature, because the tiger will say, well, I don't know any different. I don't know any better. It's just my design. So the tiger, you let him eat the animal. That's his holiness. That's the tiger's permission from the divine. When it comes to humans, I'm not talking about like everybody has to be vegan or whatever. But I am saying, I'm going to be more general. I'm saying that because I'm not even a vegan, but I'm just saying that we have to consider everything. And you need to realize that it is your own soul that's on the line. It's your own soul that's up for grabs. Your own happiness, your own sadness, your own this, your own that. So when we talk about spiritual warfare, we're talking about the way we all interact and how we feel based on our interactions. There's a lot of factors at play, like the country you live in, or how much money you have, and things like that. So there's a lot of social things at play. But what we all want, I think above everything, is a perfect world, a world of fairness. I don't think a perfect world is possible in terms of like no potential for danger, no potential for loss, no potential for suffering. That's always going to be there, right? Because it's there now and it's going to be there in the future. But what I do think is a perfect world in the point of view of our souls, not of our ego, because that point of view was of the ego, perfection in the most, stereotypical utopian way. I don't think that's going to be the case. But what I do think is the case from the soul point of view, the true point of view, is a fair world, a world where if you truly do something unholy, then something unholy will happen to you to balance it out. Because the soul wants justice to happen. Anybody who says, just forgive everybody, treat everybody good, like forgiveness and all that, like no such thing as like sin, just like forgive and like move on and just don't do bad, just let everybody do what they want to do. Those are the people that are the most sinful and unholy, probably behind the scenes. Because what the soul wants is justice. It knows that good people should be rewarded with good things, and bad people should be rewarded with bad things. Bad people must be rewarded with bad things. Good with good. Every action, but it doesn't have to be this way, right? It's our job somewhat to play into this. And that's where the limitations of free will comes in. Because we're supposed to be pursuing justice alone. There's a verse even in the Bible, it says, pursue justice alone so that you may live long in the world your God is giving you, in the land your God is giving you. Justice is truly the name of the game. What the soul wants is not a perfect utopian thing. That's the ego wants. The soul just wants justice. So if somebody wrongs you, they have to be wronged too. If somebody wrongs somebody else, that person that wronged them should be wronged. That's what a perfect world is to the soul. That's the aim. That's when the soul has peace, when it knows that those who have wronged it have been wronged equally. And that's only one aspect of it, remember, because there's the self, world, and God. And so it has to be at peace with those who wronged it. In the world, is there anybody who got wronged by somebody else? That person should be wronged too. Okay, that is in the world, peace and justice that the soul is a part of and wants to be knowing and feeling inside. And then there's the piece between it and divinity, which is it and God, the creator. Is all things good between you and God? God doesn't do wrong, right? It's only that beings that can do wrong. So do you have guilt of maybe being blasphemous against God? So there you go, guys. That's the main that's a little bit of spiritual warfare notes on this topic of justice and how it really is the big picture.